welcome to Lock&Hackle Studios. I have got a cursory review of a product that I just received. As a matter of fact, it came in yesterday. I have it laid out, and I'd like to go over it. It's something I've been wanting to get, and it's something that I've been waiting on because it's constantly either out of stock or they don't have it in my size. Apparently the barrel-chested medium height build is very popular amongst this brand, and it's just very hard to get. Coming to you today from a very soggy Lock&Hackle headquarters. We are in the middle of a tropical depression, and here's my dog. It's disgusting, it's gross. But it's warm enough that it's not turning into snow and ice as this moves further north and out of our area. Probably within the next 24 hours, the northeast is going to get socked in with snow and ice, or it may just warm up and rain for them. So let's turn this camera around and let me show you what I've got. And here we are. So I turned the camera around. This is actually my second take because as I was doing this, I knocked the camera over. So this is take number 2. All right, so what I have here are the Simms Tributary wader in what they call olive camo. These are the mid-series waders just before you would get into the G3s and the G4s. The Freestone waders, the Tributary, and then the G3s and G4s. These are kind of a budget-minded wader by Simms that kind of gets them into it gets new fly fishers into a really nice set of waders at not a break the bank price. Now these are going anywhere between, at the filming of this video, around $249, roughly $250. They've been running sales lately, but the size I needed was never available. So I kept, waiting for deals to come through, searching the interweb, and I finally found a set in my size, in this particular pattern, this particular brand, the Simms Tributary. And the reason I got these is I have 3.5 sets of waders. I have Simms, Patagonia, and then an off-brand, two big box store branded waders. And a few months ago, I was out with a father and son, and I was really hoping we didn't get into any deep water because the pair that the son was wearing had been repaired by me, and I was hoping that they didn't leak, and they didn't. But just knowing that they've been repaired and they're not a name brand that I can send out to be repaired. And that's almost an industry in itself that I think could be created. Someplace you could send off-brand waders to be repaired. There's plenty of videos online that shows you how to do it, but to actually set up a facility that would have almost wader making machines or the repair machines in-house that you could send them to would be a really cool idea. Hint, hint. So anyway, the G3s. Starting at the can't really get this whole thing in focus, so sorry about that. The booties are typical Simms wader boots, the black with the red bottoms. The red is a little denser than the black, so you have really good padding. The gravel guards do not have so there's a couple things on here that Simms did to kind of cut cost, but yet still make them very usable. Not, they did not detract in any way the quality, but they did kind of make some things that make it a little less expensive for the end user. One, you don't have the gravel guard hook on the bottom, but you do have this very tacky elastic band to go around the top of your boot. That's fine with me because a lot of times I find that hook that is right here, depending on the boot that I'm wearing, because I have some that are rubber soled and I have some that are felt soled, studded, whatever. Depending on the boot, that little clasp is usually not, if it's in reach in one boot, it's not in the other, and I end up just hooking it over the boot lace. Anyway, this will be fine. They have your typical down the center line stitch, so it goes from the middle of your thigh down to your ankle over your knee, instead of on the sides where a lot of abrasion happens while you're walking through the woods. This, whatever you're walking to, goes out to the side. So a lot less stitching, a lot better. So the legs are stitched onto the bib. So you have 3 sections: the leg section, upper thigh and lower stomach, abdomen, and then the chest area. Let's get to the top of these. So looking at the top, you'll notice that the wader itself is missing a key component that even a lot of the cheaper waders come with, but they're usually not that good, and that is that internal fold over pouch right here. I have an old pair of Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop White River waders that I bought 15 years ago, and they had this cheap little nylon pocket right here. You never use it. It's good to keep your wader belt in for storage so you don't lose it, but that's about it, because it's not waterproof and it doesn't close very well. So it's just more of a nuisance. It just gets in the way. So not having that is fine. I can deal with that, no big deal. But you do have this semi-waterproof membraned zipper with a large pocket, which I do have the belt. We'll go over that here in a minute. It is a large pocket. It covers the entire expanse of the pass-through hand warmer, which is very nice. It has a micropile fleece on the face of it, so you can put your hands in, and it is a complete pass-through. And it is stitched in the corners, as you can see right through there. So, I mean, you could put a fly box in there, and it's going to fall down into that area, and you'd be just fine. The other thing, this has no fly fishing tool attachment points. You do have a Velcro patch here that you can tie a fly drying device to, which is fine. You would not adhere flies to this. That's a no-no. Do not put flies in that, because you'll poke a hole in that, which means it'll go through that, which means it'll go through that. You get a Velcro back piece. It goes on there. It's usually a foam rubber piece, and you can make one yourself. Actually, just go to the fabric store, buy some Velcro and some foam, and you'll be just fine. The shoulder straps are very nice, especially for a budget set of waders. I like that a lot. They're not as heavy duty as the G3s, but they're not as flimsy, like a micro stretch webbing that I've seen on a lot of other waders, and some waders that I have or have had in the past. That is very nice. Very heavy adjustable buckles, and you do have nice wide Fastex, which are very nice, because if your hands are cold or you have gloves on, it doesn't take a whole lot to pinch those. The ones that actually have this part that kind of goes inside the buckle, so you only have a pinch point right here, is really annoying. This one, I can grab it all the way at the top and just give it a good pinch, and I'm done. So it's kind of it's not the things you think about when you're actually buying waders. It's after you've used them for quite a while. I even still have the tag on these, so this is still very new. So here's the size: large king, 9 to 11, men's, tributary, stocking foot, regiment camo olive drab. So if you're looking for a set of these, very cool. I like them a lot. I think they're going to be really good waders. I rotate my waders out. I'll wear some just to make them last longer. My Patagonias are probably my oldest waders, and they've been sent out and repaired. I don't know how many times they do that, so I was looking for another pair of waders to supplement my rotation, and I really wanted these. I liked the camo for some reason. I thought it was pretty cool. Plus, if you're standing in the water, like in the riverbank or something, it's not two big gray stubs in the water. This kind of blends in with the bank. It's camouflage, whatever. Now your boots are going to show up, but yeah. The one thing I wanted to discuss was I showed the shoulder straps. Okay, these are very nice, heavy shoulder straps, right? And then you have the adjustable triangle pattern piece of plastic that most waders have now. Even I think Simms maybe even come up with that. It's very nice. I like it, and I like the straps. But what they kind of skimped on was the belt. The belt is just some really wide woven 1.25" nylon. It has the same buckle, which is nice, as the shoulder straps. It has the same adjustment piece as the shoulder straps. Why didn't they just use that material? Now, granted, these are not the G3s or the G4s. These are probably just assembled somewhere and shipped to Simms. Simms probably has these parts injection molded. They're sent to a factory, and they just end up with these in various lengths. Probably for small, medium, large, extra large, so on and so forth, and then that's just what's thrown in the box. Okay. Again, there's no other points of interest other than where your belt goes, and that is this. Cost savings, I get it. They give you one belt loop in the very back, which I think is not the best in the world. I think it would have far served you to have two on either back side of your waist. That way, when you undo the buckle, if you're having to step out for a minute and take care of business, when you undo your buckle, if it's attached by one point like this, and you undo it, it falls all the way to the back. And now you're digging around trying to find it. And or if you go to move, it's going to slide through that loop and possibly fall off. And being a dark gray color like this, you may just walk right past it. You may not see it. It could be raining, it could be dark, you could be trying to find it. I think having the two loops on either side, if you undid it, it would do this instead. So you can see what I'm doing. One loop here, and it would just kind of fall in this particular configuration. But that's just me. Simms knows where they need to add and subtract stuff in order to make it cost efficient to the end user. I'm just looking at the user part, because I'm the one that's going to have to wear them and use them. The inside has really good seam coverage. Right through here, every seam is taped or double taped, or like here you have two. One of these crosses over this one, and then they have this one here. So very well patched. You do have the Simms-esque adhered labels, which are very nice on the inside. You know, they're not sewn in, they're actually heat pressed to the material, so, and there's no seams. That's awesome. Another point, you do have this, and I don't know what this is for. I would not hang my wet waders from that. It's not double stitched that I've noticed. I did go over these quite extensively yesterday, looking at everything, and because I bought these sight unseen. None of my fly shops had them. I just had to, know what size I wear, go to the Simms fitment page, fill out the information, and it tells you what size best fits you. I did that before. It worked just fine. But when I did that last time, I actually did go to a store and try them on and went, well, damn, that was impressive. So, I mean, they've really taken the myriad of body types and said, here you go. Again, I don't know. That's almost a, they could have used this material to make the belt loops. I really don't. If I'm going to hang these up to dry, I'm going to use these shoulder straps. I'm going to hang them up like this and let them dry. I'm not going to use that. Could you hang a net from that? Maybe. I don't think that would be strong enough. It's also and once it starts to fray, that's going to come apart. You do have this nice advertising brand right here on the back. So if you're not wearing a jacket or anything like that, you're walking down the trail, you are branded Simms on the back and Simms on the front. So they really want their product to be known. They want them to see it. I do like these. Now, I hope to, within the next week or so, actually get these out on the water, in the water, and field tested, and then I'll come back with another review with that. So, with that, I will say this is Lock and Hackle. Thank you for watching.